Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Daily English Dose. Today, we're going to talk about a very important topic that will completely change your English learning journey and push you to learn faster and smarter. How to study so fast that it feels illegal. Have you ever found yourself wondering why some people seem to learn English so much faster than others? What's their secret? Many English learners feel stuck even when putting in a lot of effort. But don't worry. In this episode, we're going to show you how to train your brain to adapt to faster learning and achieve real progress with powerful techniques. Trust me, once you start applying these methods, everything becomes easier. Speaking, listening, even writing. So if you've ever wondered how to learn more quickly and efficiently, stay with us because we've got some powerful techniques to share. Let's dive in. So, why is fast and effective learning so important? Instead of spending hours on traditional methods with minimal results, we need to understand why some individuals make rapid progress. The truth is, if you constantly rely on memorization or translation-based methods, it will take much longer to reach fluency, creating an unnecessary mental burden on your brain. Fast and smart learning allows words and structures to come to you more quickly, which boosts your confidence. You'll no longer have to translate every word in your head for long seconds before speaking. You'll respond naturally and smoothly, just like a native English speaker. The science behind fast learning begins with understanding how our brain works. The pathways to information and skills in our brain are called neural pathways. When you learn something new, your brain forms a small, weak path between these neurons. But if you don't practice this information, that path gets overgrown like an abandoned trail in a forest and eventually disappears completely. Conversely, the more you practice and use the information, the clearer, stronger, and smoother that neural pathway becomes. This means you can recall and use information more quickly. What's even more exciting is that every time you make progress, your brain rewards you with a neurotransmitter called dopamine. This is like a little reward signal from your brain telling you, yes, you're on the right track. Keep going. It's similar to the satisfaction you feel when you complete a level in a video game or successfully finish a challenging task. This release of dopamine strongly motivates you to continue and learn more. Therefore, making learning enjoyable and celebrating small victories are crucial for maintaining the dopamine flow and keeping your motivation alive. However, the learning journey isn't always smooth. We all at some point hit a wall or experience what's called a plateau phase. This is like climbing a mountain and suddenly feeling as if the trail has disappeared. And no matter how much you climb, you can't seem to make progress. Your motivation might drop, and you might even consider giving up. These moments are a natural part of the learning process and actually indicate that your brain is adapting to a new level. However, this stage is a critical point where you either give up or push through. If you overcome this challenge, you will reach a new skill level and ultimately reach the summit. So, how do you stay motivated and overcome these plateaus when learning slows down or you feel stuck? Focus on your why. Define and visualize your purpose. Ask yourself frequently, why are you learning English? Perhaps it's to get a better job at an international company, to confidently travel the world and connect with people from different cultures, or to understand your favorite English shows and books without translations. This is your guiding star. Write this why down somewhere and read it often. Visualizing it with a picture or a vision board will inspire you when your motivation dips. This reminds you that learning English isn't just a chore, but a dream you want to achieve. Celebrate small wins. Appreciate micro achievements. Reaching a big goal can be daunting. So it's crucial to mark and celebrate the small checkpoints in your journey. Did you successfully complete a short conversation? Great. Did you learn 5 new words today and manage to use them in a sentence? Fantastic. Noticing and celebrating small successes continues to give your brain that dopamine reward, creating a positive cycle that pushes you towards the bigger goal. This sends a message to your brain. What you're doing is important and worth it. Change your environment and immerse yourself in English, full immersion. If you're bored or feel like you're not progressing, change your learning environment or method. Monotony is the biggest enemy of motivation. Join a conversation group, watch a different type of English TV series or movie, listen to English podcasts, or even learn through music. For example, listening to English songs can help you pick up pronunciation and slang expressions in a fun way. Surround yourself with English, change your phone's language to English, follow English content creators on your social media, and read English news. As your brain is constantly exposed to English input, it will naturally start thinking in English. Don't be afraid to take breaks. The power of rest. Resting is like recharging your battery. It gives your brain time to process what you've learned and consolidate it into long-term memory. Constant work leads to inefficiency and burnout. Taking short breaks prevents your brain from getting tired and helps it absorb information more effectively. Sometimes the best learning happens even when you're not actively studying. Getting enough sleep is also critically important for brain function and memory. Now, let's delve into some practical strategies you can apply to learn faster and smarter. Focus with the 80-20 principle, Pareto principle. This principle states that 80% of your results come from 20% of your efforts. So instead of spreading yourself thin across everything, you should focus on the 20% that will give you the greatest benefit. What does this mean for learning English? For instance, instead of trying to learn 10,000 random or rare words, focus on the 1,000 to 2,000 most commonly used words in daily conversations. These words will allow you to understand and express most of what you encounter. Similarly, in grammar, perfecting the most basic and frequently used structures is more efficient than getting stuck on rare rules. Invest your energy in the essentials, and the rest will fall into place naturally over time. Active recall and spaced repetition. When you first learn something, the information is stored in your short-term memory. Think of it like a temporary notepad. If you don't review this information regularly, it gets erased to make room for new things. To prevent this, you should use active recall, actively trying to remember information rather than passively rereading it, and spaced repetition, reviewing at specific, increasing intervals. For example, use flashcards for new vocabulary, and review the ones you answered incorrectly more often, and the ones you got right less frequently. This makes your brain decide that the information is important and moves it to your long-term memory. You can think of it like transferring files from your computer's desktop to a permanent hard drive. Get feedback and see mistakes as learning opportunities. Feedback is like a mirror. It shows you where you're doing well and where you need improvement. Without it, you might keep making the same mistakes. Whether it's from a language teacher, a language partner, or even an AI-powered application, receiving regular feedback helps you refine your skills and grow faster. Don't be afraid of mistakes. Every mistake is a learning opportunity. Did you mispronounce a word? Great, now you've learned the correct way. Did you use an incorrect grammar rule? No problem, you've now reinforced the correct rule. Mistakes are a natural part of progress. Shift your mindset, growth mindset. How you perceive yourself directly impacts your learning speed and effectiveness. If you see yourself as someone who isn't good at languages, this belief will limit you. However, if you start identifying as a constantly developing, confident English learner, your actions and results will reflect that belief. This is like telling yourself, I am a runner. Even if you're just starting to run, this mindset changes your approach to training. Moments when you struggle are a sign that your brain is getting stronger, just like your muscles get stronger during a workout. Embrace the discomfort. It's proof that you're challenging yourself and getting better. Remember, learning English is not a marathon, but a continuously evolving journey. Every small step matters. Be consistent, be patient, and celebrate every bit of your progress. We've covered so many great strategies today. Learning English is a journey, but with the right mindset and daily practice, anyone can do it. Remember, start small, be consistent, and don't be afraid of making mistakes. The more you practice, the easier it will become. Now, to all our listeners, what's one tip from today's episode that you're going to try first? Let us know in the comments or share your experience with us. And if you found this episode helpful, please don't forget to subscribe to our channel, like the video, and share it for more English learning tips. Remember, consistent listening, confident speaking,